Sup guys? I have a joke for you today. What do you call a person who makes videos of the same thing over and over? A Bloons YouTuber in 2017. And because I am a Bloons YouTuber in 2017, I'm going to be doing just that, with some classic boss arena games in this episode, using the same meta strategy in Dart, Farm, and Bomb. Exciting, isn't it guys? At least one thing that's different is that I haven't played Bloonaria's Swamp in ages, but really, what more can I do without being bored out of my mind? I guess the plan is just to stay on top of my game in the event of a mega tourney coming up in the future, which isn't confirmed yet, but there's been some brief talks about it ever since I mentioned it in a video. We'll have to wait for 4.3 before anything moves forward, I suppose. So yeah. In other news, there was a Bloons TD Battles map design competition that ended just recently, and I for one regret not making a submission for my corner track because it turns out Bruno and Lucky ended up featuring every submission in one of their videos. In case you didn't know, Ninja Kiwi will choose the best map design out of all the submissions and the reward will be to have it featured as a permanent map in the game. Sounds pretty cool, doesn't it? As disappointed as I was at myself not to make a submission, I did have the delight of seeing all the other entries, which I'll link in the description in case you're interested in seeing them as well. And needless to say, some of the submissions were pretty damn hilarious. Such as this one. No, your eyes are not seeing things wrong. This is someone legitimately screenshotting the drag strip map from BTD 5 and sending it over to Ninja Kiwi without any changes made. Creativity at its finest. Similarly, someone else submitted a map of Hydro Dam except with grass. What a genius. So while we do have some copycat submissions that have virtually no chance of being accepted, don't let those overshadow some of the wonderful user-made creations like this star map with a circle of water in the middle. Or this beautifully drawn map with indications of what is land, water and green land. If only I could draw maps half as good as that guy. And then we have this map. This map looks really familiar, but I can't quite put my finger on where I saw it from. Kappa face. But seriously though, check out the video I linked in the description because there's some pretty nice shit in there, I must say. It'll be interesting to see which map wins out in the end. Anyways, let's hop back into commentating this game. So far things are really even. We both got our factories up at the exact same time. The only difference is he has sub and I have bomb, both of which are pretty close in power on this map. But I see his defense might be lacking, so I'm getting willing to send a BFB on the next round, only if I see those $900 crates coming from his factory though, cause that will mean he's got $4,000 less to defend. And yes, he did upgrade it, so let's send it out. Oh shit, he's also sending one out at me too, and I just upgraded my farm to 4-2, but luckily RNG has blessed me with the boat. So all I need to do is activate the hook ability and all is good, easy peasy. Meanwhile, what is this guy doing? Wow, he sold this farm for a Super Monkey fan club, but it's a little late, so will he still be able to defend? The answer is no, and upon close inspection I can tell you why he just barely died to that. Aside from the fan club and the boost being late, he didn't upgrade his mini dart monkeys up to 2nd tier. Which means they have less popping power when they get supercharged into super monkeys. Damn, he played pretty well up to that point too, but he got exposed at the very end there. So game number 2, I'm guessing this guy recognizes me too, seeing all those emotes he's spamming. Again, both of us are starting with the same strategy, nothing much else to detail here unless you want to go into the super in-depth things such as our dart monkey placements differing by about 15 pixels. And to be honest to you, I don't have a fucking clue. I don't play this map enough to know the most optimal dart monkey placement, and I forget where the OP players place them in their videos, but it's good enough to not matter for this game. So yes, I feel the need to point this out. Feel free to not believe it if you wish, But at this point I get distracted from the game because someone walks into my room to discuss something of importance to them. So this is me half concentrating on the game while listening to what that someone has to say to me. I'm not staring directly at the game, but it's in my peripheral vision enough to see what's going on, and that's why you still see me building things as necessary. Then this happens, a zebra rush. Not a big deal, right? No, turns out it's fucking combo zebras, and once I notice that it's already too late. I knew I should have just surrendered the moment I was pulled away from the match instead of dying on round 13 and making this guy think I'm a brain-dead noob or something. If he's watching this right now, then I hope he realizes what happened. I know I hate making excuses for losing just like the next guy, but this one is seriously warranted. How else would you explain me literally staring at this rush, not upgrading my dart monkeys to combo or even boosting? So this is the next revenge game, and I'm curious to know why this guy is so angry at me. If only I could send him a Snickers to calm his ass down. Or maybe he's angry because this internet is trash. Well, so much for revenge. I was so ready to style on him until that happened, so I guess we will have to try again, versus this guy with a chest 10 skin. Oh cool. A cobra strategy. I've always wanted to be on the receiving end of one to show you how to defend, although bringing bomb kind of hurts because of how bad it is versus the cobra. But he's got boomerangs, not the kind of cobra strategy I wanted to play against because we all know easy it is to beat, right? Just sell all farms for a fast cooldown Moab rush on round 20 and they can't do shit. It works 99% of the time, although I did see someone defending it in one instance. But holy shit, is this guy annoying, not because of the way he's playing, rather because of those dumb chat pack 2 emote spams. Nothing worse in this game than to see your opponent spamming haha every second of the game. And yes, he's still doing it. Can someone shut this guy up already? Well, one way to shut him up is by ending the game quickly, which is exactly what I'm going to do right now, but for all the wrong reasons. Needless to say, I went a little greedy and underestimated the round 16 Bloon adjustment, and you know what happens next. There's 2 things in this game that make you feel bad. One of them is losing to a guy who spams emotes in your face, and the second one is losing to a guy using the awful boomerang Cobra Village loadout that only noobs lose to, and guess what? Today I am that noob. No excuses here. That was probably supposed to be the easiest game of this video and I blew it. You know me, I like to end things off on a winning note, so we must try one more game. Enough of dart farm and bomb, let's go with what has worked for us thus far, but is clearly not invincible. It's not looking good right now, because that guy is going eco and he's got the ultimate anti-cobra strategy in ninja, mortar, and ice. Where have I seen that loadout before? I think a week ago in that cobra strategy video. Sounds pretty accurate, but that guy blew it just like I blew that last game because he didn't get an ice shards or a big one. It looks like this guy knows what he's doing though. Ice shards up in that mother trucker, and most of my adjustment is nullified. Keyword most, because the ice shard's radius is still quite small that a few bloons can still sneak on through once in a while. Let's give the adjustment cobras a go anyways. If it fails, then I'll send a ZOMG out on round 22 and see if he can deal with it. See what I mean when I said most? A couple of bloons are sneaking by, but his ninjas are able to catch the stragglers. God damn, he looks to be getting his big one up, so this is going to be tough, but he's having trouble right now, so he better get it up soon. Or not. Did this dude just do this? And no to all viewers, if you do not have a 2-3 village, then an Arctic wind is a bad idea against mass regrow bloons, even if you have an ice shards right beside it. I guess we'll still have to wait for that day where someone is able to defend my bloon adjustment, but hey, I got that high note I was aiming to end off on, so I'll take it. Maybe next time then. Thank you all for watching. I appreciate you all for sticking to the end, cause it means a lot during this tumultuous time for YouTube. If you're confused on what I just meant by that, Look up YouTube ads or just listen to what I will say on that matter next video. Have a distracted day.